It's Thursday, 4th of January, and I've just nipped up to the supermarket just to grab some bread. I bought some bread cakes a few days ago and went into the bread bin this morning only to discover they've got mould on them, but they're still in date. So God knows what's happening there. So anyway, so I've just gone and replenished those. I'm going to be stopping off at the post office on the way home just to drop off some website orders, and then I've got the vlog for last week. By the time you're seeing this, it's probably the week before that, to edit and get uploaded in readiness for tonight. And then I've got a couple of projects that I'm working on. I've got to try and get the 6x8 journal constructed. I want to try and get that constructed and done for a video on Friday, tomorrow, for that to go live in readiness for the Mission Inspiration to go live on Saturday, so that it's all in sequence. So busy as far as work's concerned. Day job stuff hasn't really kicked in this year yet, so there's nothing on the agenda for that at the moment. We are discussing projects, but nothing that I need to work on immediately. I've got a couple of bits and pieces extra to do for Karen, so I suppose that is day job stuff really. But most of Karen's stuff, for the most part, is done at the moment. I'm just waiting for some new materials to come in for some of her boxes. So yeah, I've got a busy week ahead. I think it's going to be one of those really kind of varied, interesting. I've got lots of different things to do, so every day is going to be different, I think. So I'm going to be either designing or cutting or actually sitting down and arting, which is nice. Right, so starting to take the tree down. So it should have come down yesterday really, but we're all busy. So we've stripped the tree again. All the decks have come down off the windowsill and all that kind of stuff. So it's looking all boring again. Bentley's getting himself out of the way. Hey. Nippy's upstairs. So just that one then. That's the wreath for the door outside. I'll take that up. And then it's just the lights from outside. All packed away for another year. No radio on this time. Oh dear. Well, it's just gone 10:10 on Saturday morning, the 10th of January, if that's a decent French translation. Probably not. I'm on my way, or just setting off to go and pick Mum and Dad up for the weekend. When I say weekend, they're coming over for lunch today. They're staying over tonight, and then Sunday night, and then we're hoping Mum and Dad will babysit the boys at the house on Monday morning, because Ian and I I've got to go out and buy new suits. I'll tell you why later. I don't really want to spend a lot of money on a suit at the moment when I'm trying to diet, because hopefully within a few months it won't fit. So yeah, I don't particularly want to spend a lot of money, but he has got it in his head that he wants to buy a suit from a designer called Mark Darcy, which Mark Darcy's suits are all very kind of country gent and tweedy, which I like as well. But they're usually kind of wool mix, which I'm okay with, but Ian can't wear wool because he says he's got an allergy to it, but he hasn't. It just makes him itchy. So I don't know why he wants a Mark Darcy suit. I think it's just because he likes the look of them and the romance of them, rather than the practicalities of the issue. But, you know, but like I said, I don't particularly want to spend a huge amount of money on a suit that I'm not going to get a lot of wear out of. And I don't go anywhere on a regular basis to warrant wearing a suit. It's not like I'm going to the office every day, or, you know, I need to be respectable and look my best every day, because I don't, which is why, you know, I tend to just wear sweaters and tees and the occasional casual shirt. So yeah, so I've got to try and talk him around a little bit. So it's Tuesday morning, just approaching 11 a.m. Ian's out today. He's taken Mr. Bentley with him to Indigo Blue for the day. So it's just me and Mr. Nippy all on our own. So we've been out already for our WALK this morning. And then when we came back, we had breakfast. And now I'm sat going through website orders, printing, cutting out packaging, and the like, ready to start processing all the website orders and stuff that came in over the weekend. Mum and Dad went back yesterday about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, after Ian and I had been into the town centre, into Barnsley town centre, to buy suits for the upcoming this wedding we're going to. So yeah, that only took about an hour and a half or so. Such a good selection of suits and stuff. Very, very happy with what we've both bought, and I'm very, very happy with the price as well, which you don't often hear me say. So that was Monday. After we'd done the suit buying, I took Mum and Dad home via the supermarket and also the pharmacy to pick up Mum's latest prescriptions. And I got back, like I said, mid-afternoon, and then Ian wanted some help with a few bits and pieces, with some new products he's working on in the garage. So I went in there for an hour with him, and by the time we'd finished, I say an hour, that's what it was supposed to be, but by the time we'd finished, we'd been in right the way up until it was time for meal cooking. So by the time it reached like 5 o'clock, that was it. The day was done, really. So this morning, like I said, we've got up, gone out for a long walk today, like I said, because when we're on our own, it's easier to cover more ground. Mr. Nip, that's better, I could use that. Nipper, he bumped into one of his friends, Nelly, so they said hello, had a bit of a sniff and a tail wag session. Nelly's owner was stood waiting for her husband at the barber's while he was having a haircut. Same barbers that I go to Mel. So we stood and chatted while the dogs socialised for a few minutes, and then we went on our merry way. Like I said, and we got back about 10:30. So since then, I've kind of been concentrating on trying to get all the packaging done for all the website orders. So this is the bit that I don't like doing. This is the boring bit where you're cutting out inserts and that kind of stuff. But hopefully I shall have everybody's website order all sorted and ready for posting by the end of play today. There are one or two website orders that are a little bit more complicated than that. I've got a couple of ladies that have requested that I've bought from both myself and Ian from the two different websites, but have requested that we package both of them together, so a little bit more complicated than just a straightforward put in an envelope job. So yeah, so today's going to be one of those days today where it's just going to be nose to the grindstone, get on with it and try and get as much done as possible. But also I need to think about, I want to try and film another project for Wednesday, but also I've got to get ready for Saturday's week 2 first, week 2's mission inspiration. So hello you. Mr. Nippy's decided to turn around in his bed. So yeah, it's been a busy day today. So it's Wednesday. Mum's poorly again. She's not well enough to go shopping this morning, so I'm doing it for her. So I've just been into the supermarket. Turn that down. Got a shopping list. Phoned her this morning. Well, actually, she phoned me this morning to tell me she wasn't coming and could I do the shopping for her. So it's just a cold. It's nothing. It's nothing major. So she's asked me to grab her a few cold relief symptom stuff, you know, throat lozenges and the like. So yeah, so I've done that. So instead of going to the normal place, I've called into a new, it's the same brand store that we normally go to, but just in a different location this time. It's kind of like halfway, but just a little bit out of the way to get to mum and dad's. So it's not really out of my way. To be honest, I don't know why we don't come here more often, because it's quite a nice little store actually. The car park's not exactly huge, but you know, probably good enough for its needs. So as you can tell, it's wet, miserable, typical kind of winter weather really. So this afternoon I've got hair appointments. It's just me. Dad's booked in for next week, but I wanted mine done for this wedding that we're going to. I should have really got it done on Friday, but it's not, the wedding's not till next week, so there's no rush really. So yeah, it's going to be another one of them days today, I think.
Well, good afternoon everybody. It's a horrible wet afternoon. I just wanted to share with you some little super pin badges I've been working on, and when I mean super as in a bit bigger than ordinary pin badges, but also super as in fabulous. These are exclusive to me. I've made them, designed them, and they'll be going up for sale in a couple of weeks time, but I thought I'd give you a sneak peek. Bentley's just come in because it's time to go out for a walk, but it's raining.
Are you going to take a breath now?
So all the different designs will be in silver and gold when I've finished. There's the British Imperial Space Marines. There's a League of Handsome Gentlemen. There's a League of Beautiful Ladies. There's the Time Traveller. There's a couple of police boxes. Other forms of transport are available. We go up to the stars. I've also got Everything Stops for Tea. Then Industry, Innovation and Quality. I think that's in the gold as well. Release the Kraken. But all these, every design, there's quite a lot more as well, will be available in gold and silver. They're incredibly light because they're acrylic. They're a kind of acrylic sandwich between the metallic and the black inside. Bentley's talking to a cherry pie on the side here. So, yeah, so then in a couple of weeks' time they'll be available, but when they're ready I shall show you them all. What's wrong, little one? Always having a scratch. What's wrong? Do you want to go for a walk? I think your brother does. What? Tell me. He either wants to go for a walk or he wants some cherry pie. It's going to be a walk. He ain't having no cherry pie. He can smell it.
What? No. You. Shush. Helena P, what do you want? What do you want? Because you've come round here to that cupboard, haven't you? And what's in that cupboard? Are you going to tell me? Are you going to tell me what the cupboard is? Eh? Both of them just have their nose up against the handle. Come on then. There you go. There you go then. So I think it was at the beginning of the week when I said that there's been no day job stuff coming in. I spoke too soon. The last day or so, it's been quite busy, and I'm now struggling to squeeze everything in. But I mustn't complain, because when all's said and done, it keeps the wolves from the door. So obviously something interesting this morning, because they've both been at the same spot. So, but the other day, while I was just driving home, a young fox ran in front of the car. Not so close as that I had to brake or anything, but it just shot across the car and disappeared under a fence. So I think we've got foxes in the area. Well, obviously we've got foxes in the area if I've seen one running, but it was a young one, it was a juvenile. So yeah, this may be the reason why they're sniffing quite extensively this morning, because the foxes have been out. So as you can see, it's not a very nice day today. It's all, it's another murky one today, unfortunately. Bentley leading the way today, Mr. Nip. Until it's time to stop for a sniff. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.